Hi, I'm Monica Wihangi and I'm back again with week 4. Can you believe it? Week 4 of our beautiful 12 stamping techniques. By the end of this video, you will have learned 12 stamping techniques. Now, if you've missed any of the other videos, week 1, 2, and 3, you'll want to make sure to go back and watch those because those do build up onto the techniques that we'll be learning today. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm so excited to show you tone on tone stamping. We're going to be using this border stamp set right here, and I'm not sure if you can see that here, so let me go ahead and show you up close. So here you can see this paper looks textured. Well, we made that effect by stamping on that beautiful cardstock with almost the same color. It's canary, and you can see that it's another variation of yellow, so it's called tone on tone because you're stamping in the same color family. So let's come up over here and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So here you can see I have a piece of lemonade cardstock, and I'm going to be using the canary ink. So you can see it's two different tones of yellow, but it's still yellow, so we're going to call that tone on tone stamping. All right, we're going to use one of these borders. They are extra long, which is really nice to have that option, but my cardstock isn't that long, but that's okay because we're going to use the desk mat to help pick up some of that ink. Now, one tip that I have is if you want to get a more straight line, that is to put it down on your paper and then use your block to pick up that skinnier stamp, okay? So there's my straight stamp now. We're going to use the canary ink, and I'm going to ink up the stamp, and I don't have to ink up the whole thing because I'm not going to use the whole thing, but if I do have some overlap, that's where this desk mat comes in really handy. So I want to make sure I have my foam underneath here. I do have my Versamat, but I'm going to put that foam right underneath there too, just to give me that good clean edge. Make sure I've got good ink coverage, and I need a little more ink coverage just to make sure I've got all the edges. And this is tone on tone stamping. So you can see the yellow on yellow makes a pattern and it looks beautiful. So then you just keep on inking and keep on stamping, and there you have your tone on tone color. It's so nice to have this desk mat right underneath it because then it picks up the ink from the sides. That is tone on tone stamping. So simple and easy. All right, next technique. It's so much fun. We're going to talk about and teach how to kiss stamping. Kiss stamping. Stamping kissing. I don't know, kissing. All right, so here we have our cute and adorable baby set again. We're going to use the onesie stamp set. So I'm going to use a more solid stamp to show you really dramatically how cool it is to do that. Now I do have this bigger block here. My onesie fits perfect on that, but sometimes, if you know, you can see the ink if you push a little too hard. So it's good that you can wipe it off really easy with your stamp chamois or a baby wipe or something like that, or you can try a smaller block and just angle that. Isn't that fun? And it fits perfect on that too. So I'm going to use the smaller one, and then I don't have all that extra room either. I'm going to be using the Sundance ink and the Paprika ink. I'm going to get those ready. We're also going to load on the star onto the small block. I'm going to move this to the side, and let's put that right there. So cute. So I've already started to condition this one. I'm going to put this down right here, move my little sample, bring in a piece of cardstock. And we're going to use the Sundance color first. Now, in one of our past week's stamping techniques, I taught you second generation stamping. Well, that's going to come in really handy for this one. So let's go ahead and do direct stamping. So I'm just direct stamping onto my cardstock. I'm not going to re-ink this. Now I'm going to ink my star with Paprika, which is a darker color, and that's really going to show up on this stamp. Now, this is where kissing comes in. I'm going to kiss my stamps and make sure the ink's transferring over to that design. Oh, that looks so cute. And here you have kissing with Close to My Heart. What'd you learn today, honey? I learned how to kiss. Oh yeah, yes you did. Look how fun that is. So by putting your stamps together with two different ink colors, second generation works great with those bolder colors, as you can see here. And look how great that technique turns out. So fun. Okay, let's go through the no line watercolor stamping technique. This one is going to blow your mind. I love this one so much. Now, let's look at the close-up so you can see the exact detail of what we're trying to achieve. This looks like a gorgeous watercolored piece, like you watercolored it yourself, freehand, right? Well, let me tell you that through stamping with our linen ink and our beautiful designs, using our watercolor paints, you can have this beautiful, beautiful effect. So let me go ahead and show you how that technique rolls. So we're going to use this stamp set again, so pretty. We're going to use this gorgeous little hibiscus flower here. And let me turn this over. We're also, I'm going to leave that right there so that you can see that sample that I'm going to be working off of. I'm bringing in our watercolor paints as well as a water brush. It's already got water in there for me too. You're going to see how simple this is to do. Now let me bring in my little sample piece of cardstock. I've got my foam here. I'm going to need that. And we're going to use the linen ink. The linen ink is so soft and light, it's really hard to see, but the effect that it has with watercolor paints is pretty spectacular, right? So let's go ahead and get started. Pull that right off that carrier sheet, get my block in here. All right, and we're going to season this stamp, and we're going to use the linen ink. Now you're going to see it's going to come out really, really light, but that's exactly what we want. Okay, looks great. Let's go ahead and put that on paper. So I'm just going to leave it for a second here, make sure I've got pressure on that center part. All right, let's go ahead and lift that off. All right, it's exactly what I want. Let me show you under the close-up. Do you see that? Do you see that really light design in there? Isn't that awesome? That's what the linen ink looks like with our images. Now let me show you the magic of the watercolor brush. So great. Now I've got, like I said, that's really great to use this brush because the water's already there. And it's not going to require a whole lot, believe it or not. Let's go ahead and start with our leaves. Pick up. And I'm not even going to mix colors because I'm just going to show you how great this is. Now I'm going to go through my stem first and then pull out from there. What happens with the watercolor technique and the ink is that the ink naturally pulls in the color, so it looks like you're a shading master. And I'm not shading, I'm just basically moving the paint around. Isn't that so awesome? So again, I'm just bringing it in and then drawing it out. So beautiful. Like seriously, this technique blows my mind every single time. And then I feel like this watercolor master painter. Never had a class. I don't need a class with close to my heart. Look at this, so cool. Oh my goodness, I'm in love with the look of this leaf. Now, I'm gonna clean off my water brush. And for the sake of time, I'm just gonna show you really quickly how you could do it. Let's pick up this little orange color right here, okay? And I'm going to just color in, just move the paint around. I'm not bringing in more water, okay? And then I'm just gonna kind of share it over to this petal. And again, the ink just naturally pulls in the color and makes it look like it's been shaded. Isn't that so amazing? And that is how you watercolor stamp. I want to do this with everything. It's so calming, relaxing. Look how pretty that is. I am loving the result. Now let me just do that little center part here. I think I'm going to go with this brighter color just because I want you to see the effect of it, okay? So I'm going into the center of my flower. And again, it's just pulling to look like shading. And I got those cute little pieces right there. Oh, it looks beautiful. Just pulling it in, mixing a little bit with that orange so you can see that natural blend. So, so pretty. Well, I could just keep doing this all day long, but that's the technique. So simple and easy, a big wow factor with just a few tools. No line, watercolor stamping, beautiful, beautiful effect. Well, that's it for our 4 weeks of stamping techniques. You've learned 12 stamping techniques. Isn't that so great? So much possibility with Close to My Heart stamps and these incredible stamping techniques. Now, if you loved this series, we're going to have many more series coming your way. So make sure you subscribe to our channel and you turn on your bell notifications because you're not going to want to miss one, not one. And they'll always be here for you to go back and refer to them and keep on learning. If you liked the products that you saw in this segment, make sure you check down below. We're going to have links there for all of our products so that you can get your hands on some of this close to my heart, amazing, awesome quality products. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a fabulous time stamping.